Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy, and what you see here is a failed pour on a 14-inch level 1 canvas, and I'm going to just practice the transfer swipe on this surface. I am using a bluish gray house paint that I got from the Oopsie section a long time ago at Home Depot, so I don't really remember if it's bare or I don't remember. But anyway, so I'm basically going to try to do a transfer swipe, but I wanted to kind of create some ribbons by letting some of the amount transferred onto the little tool kind of go down to the corner. I did a voiceover because this took forever. So the first thing I'm going to do is spread around some interference color in the background. I had mixed up some interference blue with gold sparkle, and I spread that out, and then I put some angel wings in the background, but angel wings has some large particulates because it's very sparkly. So I ended up mixing up some interference blue and doing the blue in the background. However, you should never really mix up pigments and then use them right away. I had a horrendous amount of bubbles. But anyway, it was really just practice. I was going to throw the canvas away in the first place. So, no big deal. So if you see me swipe a couple times, that's why I started with one idea and then I kind of went with something else. So I'm just basically putting the interference color on my swipe tool, which is what you see there. So I first did the interference blue with gold sparkle, and it looks really pretty. You can see it in the background. But then I was like, oh, I'll try this too, and then it didn't quite work. So I just went ahead and did some interference blue. I think I might have cut out the part where I did the other thing. I don't remember. But anyway, we're going to be swiping with some blues and some true silver PrizmPour from Colourarte. I'm still using a I used a blue-black cell activator. I did speed this up significantly because it really took a long time. So I'm going to go over the colors with you coming up. All right, everyone, let me show you the colors. The first color we're going to use, and we're drizzling the color on that little hexagon tile. The first color we're going to use is Atelier Blue Black, which is hands down my favorite dark blue. I'm also using that color as a cell activator. So it's the Atelier Interactive. It's a heavy body paint, and I get it at Blick. I have a link for our Blick online link in the description box below. So I'm just drizzling it on the tile, and I show you kind of in between the colors. There was too much paint on the tile, so I was afraid it was going to drip on the piece. And I already made such a mess putting the pillow paint down that I really couldn't move things out of the way. I'm not yet to the point where I don't make a catastrophic mess trying to do this. Next up is Matisse Titanium White. I also get Matisse paints at Blick. And this is the Matisse Fluid. I think that's what they're called. They're sort of like Golden's fluid paints. I really love them for blooms. They're very pigmented and very kind of creamy consistency, so they mix up really nicely. And the next up is Deep Sea, which is from Global. I get that at Pixel Paint Designs, and I have a discount code and a link for Pixel Paint Designs below. You can save 10% using Mandy10. It's also where I buy my Australian Floetrol and my Boom Gels. And she recently lowered the price of the liter of Australian Floetrol, so it's very competitive. It's a great price. So save yourself some money. And it ships in the US. So this is Northern Sky. It's a beautiful PrizmPour color from Colourarte. I also have a Colourarte discount code below. Save 20% off using Mandy1120. My interference colors in the background are obviously also Colourarte. I use Colourarte a lot. And this is Water Dragon, which is a PrizmPour color from Colourarte also. One of my favorites. I know I say that about all of them. The Northern Sky has a little bit of a violet shift, so it's blue, but it has a really pretty violet shift. It's neat. And this is True Silver, which is another PrizmPour color. It's a beautiful silver. And I'm trying to remember what the last color is. Oh, Black Iris. That is another PrizmPour color, and it seems very unassuming at first, but if you get that at the right light, you can see all of the different colors that are in the sparkle. It's really beautiful. So I am still obviously learning a lot with transfer swipes. I'm no pro, which is why I wanted to use this canvas, because I was like, I'm going to throw this canvas away. So if this is a bust, you know, but now I probably won't throw it away. I probably won't resin it because it's a big surface and it's not necessarily the greatest painting. So there's my swipe tool. I showed you all of my drizzles. I'm loading up my swipe tool with blue-black cell activator. And again, I didn't do that on the camera because I'm a little clumsy and I will drip it on the surface. So the one thing about this painting is I end up having way too many bubbles because of the interference blue that I mixed up right before. I'm not the greatest at kind of the S shape. I find when I go around the little S-like curve, I always drag it in the cell activator. So I'm just opening up. Obviously, the first place you swipe always has a lot more cell activator. So you just kind of have to open it up. So I'm just blowing gently on it to break the surface tension. Look at those colors together. They're so pretty. This would be pretty colors for a regular swipe too. So really, really beautiful. See, I already made a mess. All right. So next up, we're gonna try to swipe it without making a mess. All right, everyone. So I sped this up just for the sake of time because I end up tilting it a lot. It's terrible how beautiful the swipes are for these before you wreck them. Like, I guarantee you I try to do that on a regular basis. It's probably not going to happen. So as you can see, my paint was kind of thick and I was having a heck of a time trying to spread it out. So I guess it does take a little skill, well, a lot of skill obviously, but a little bit more skill to do a larger surface. The first thing I did was a 12-inch record. So here I'm trying to let the paint kind of run down the side to do some little subtle ribbons of color in the middle, because I can kind of tell if I don't do that, it's going to be kind of a big bunch of color on either side and nothing in the middle. So at first when I did this, I was like, oh, this is absolute crap. This is not going to look good at all. But then I was like, you know what? The paint's on the surface. I'm already dirty. Let me go ahead and tilt it and see what happens. And the more I tilted it, the more I was like, you know, I kind of like it. It kind of reminded me of a little bit more old school acrylic pouring. You know, I haven't tilted a canvas in a minute. And so my husband came out and he's like, oh, wow, that's really pretty. And, you know, when you're too close to a painting, it's really easy to dislike everything about it because you know what you were going for. But when someone else sees it, they realize, or they might give you a little more confidence to know that it looks prettier to the eye than you might think. And now you can already see all these bubbles creating weird pillow cells. Not the nice ones I like, but especially in the darker blue part, which I like the most, there was so many bubbles. So it's kind of a bummer. So I decided to spin it a little bit to try to get it to the edges a little bit better and get a little bit of movement in it. So right now it's obviously way too slanted. So now I'm going to kind of tilt the opposite direction to see what happens. And I was afraid this was going to crack because it had so much paint on it and it was on top of another painting. But it seems to have dried okay. Sorry, I'm so out of frame. It was really hard to tilt it the right way and stay on camera. So I tried to move back every once in a while so you could see what was happening. Now this took over an hour, so when I tell you this is sped up, it is sped up a lot. Fine-tuning and tweaking these when they don't go the way you want them to is a very time-consuming process. At least it is for me, because I'm still so new at them. But I like the challenge involved in them. For me, this sort of looked like what you might see if you saw the side of a cliff and it happened to be blue and gray. Obviously, rocks are not blue, but I kind of liked the rings of color and the ribbons of color. So I'm going to show you a close-up coming up. Don't forget to let me know what you think below and check out the description box so you don't miss out on the discount codes available. And thanks for joining my journey along the way. All right, so here's our very messy close-up. But look at those beautiful colors. And you can see that violet shift in the northern sky. And the true silver obviously shimmering throughout the piece. I love the interest that the blue-black gives. It's like a nice dark contrast without being fully black. So it still kind of goes with the blue and the teal. So yeah, let me know what you think. Quite a bit of a little pop of violet down over there in that corner. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And thanks for joining me on all my experiments. Have a great day. Bye.